Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Joel Peter, and this is called Heretic Gods. Now I'm a big fan of action RPG hack and slash games, and such as Diablo, right? I'm a big fan of hack and slash games like Diablo, Titan Quest, Path of Exile, you name it. They're great time sinks. And one thing I look for as a gamer, I hate that term, but someone I look for as someone who plays these style of games is something I can play on the go on my phone. Now you might be thinking, all right, why the hell would you want to play a hack and slash on your phone? And the answer is quite simple. Hack and slashes work actually really well on Android, and you believe it or not, they're quite fun in quick bursts to play with your phone. Now I have been scouring the internet. I have been scouring Reddit and other websites looking for the best games to play. And for me personally, I'm not a big fan of Candy Crushes and like match 3 games. I'm not a big fan of games that require you to think a lot when you're playing them on your phone. If I want to play a game where I have to think, most times, except for one game, I'm pretty much mostly just going to be playing those on my computer. I like horror games on the computer. I like other more survival-based games and such on the computer. But I like, when I'm playing a game on a phone, I like to have something that I can just play on the go. And for the longest time, I've been looking for a good hack and slash game. And it wasn't until today that I had actually discovered this game. Might have actually read about it in the past, but primarily I found that, okay, this game is kind of for me. So let's talk about it. What is this? Well, as I mentioned, it's a hack and slash in the vein of Diablo. Now, Diablo Immortal has not come out yet, and people kind of are memeing on it, but it might actually be a good game. It also might be a bad game. This game is not Diablo Immortal. Let's make that very clear. This is very much like a classic Diablo, like Diablo 2 or even Diablo 3 to some regards. It's that style, that formula of gameplay. Now, there's a couple options you have when playing this. You can either move the joystick virtually, or you can tap and move, or even drag, just like you would with a mouse. And it's very versatile. It works quite well. Now, as you can see, I'm really not that far into it. I'm only on the second stage. Haven't played that much, and I'm only level 4. One of my biggest problems with these free-to-play games is in-app purchases, and I'll get to that at another point in this video. But let's talk about the gameplay itself. How is it? From what I've played, it's very similar to Diablo. There is levels that you get. You level your abilities, and you go forth. You see what you can. You play and you enjoy and see how it is, and you put money or time into it, and you invest your gold and so forth. Like, that's the style of game. It's hack and slash, thunder calling, the fun aspects of games. All right, so what do we have here? If we go open up where I was, these are our points. We have our points available. We have what our stats are. That's what I was meant to say, not our points available. But we have our stats, and we have allocate our points into our stats and see what we want. So as you can see, I'm going for strength and dex primarily, but I think vitality is also important to have as well. However, I like to kind of make things almost equal. I'm a very balanced. I like having a balanced role. The other option you have is your class. Now, in this case, I am playing as a Crusader. Now, if you've played Borderlands or you've played Diablo or you've played really any of those type of games, as you know, there are usually a few classes you can choose from. Any RPG will have a class. For me, I enjoy playing as I enjoy playing these style of games as a very balanced class, and I usually go melee. That's kind of my go-to. As when I play something like World of Warcraft, I like to play as a rogue or a mage or something like that. I'm not much of a paladin, and I'm not much of a tank. So for me, I like to be kind of a quick player, but not too slow. Now, Exorcist is your magic attack. That's your mage. Hunter is your, hunter. You have a bow. Crusader is the other one. And then we have Balancing, which is Fire Mastery. Now, I haven't looked into much of this, so we're going to play as Crusader. And I'm going to level up the skills that I think would work well. As you can see, I have upped I do have one hunter skill, but I'm not going to use it, really. I'm not a big fan. I do use bows, but we're going to upgrade our skill bash to 1. And then we're going to also grab ourselves Elemental. And now we actually have these, so we can drag them into our inventory. Finally, we have one more point. So we have Axe Mastery, Mace Mastery, or Sword Mastery. Let's do Sword Mastery, and that one doesn't get dragged. Now, as you can see, we have our skills in here. So we'll get to that in a second here. So you can also, as you can see, I also upped my Crusader to 55. So it's at 6 right now out of 55. All right, so let's keep going. Now, as you know, with Diablo, if you have played it to endgame, you do know that once you hit level 60, you hit max level, you then start getting into what we call tiers. And tiers are where you start getting Paragon points. So you'll hit level, what is it, 60, and then you get Paragon, like 120 or whatever it is. And that's how you keep playing. So you have 3 different attacks that you set in your bar. As you can see, we also can swipe items away, so we can swipe the gold, or we can just grab it directly by pressing the arrow here. All right. This I'm not sure really what that does yet. I'm still figuring that out. Now, you might notice, I've got health on one side, and on the other side would probably be my magic meter. I've already went over the skills and points, and I've already went over this. Let's take a look at the settings. See, I don't like fog on. It looks kind of crap. And I like having my FPS. All right, show loot. You can turn all this stuff off. High quality. I think high quality just looks better. It is higher quality. Weather effects are on, and I've turned fog and shadow on. Okay, so it's a Unity game. That's the biggest problem I have with it graphically. But when you're playing Diablo, you're not really playing it for the graphics. You're playing for the gameplay. Now, how is the gameplay? As I've showed you, it's pretty solid. It feels very much like any other Diablo, action, hack and slash, action RPG, dungeon crawler. It feels exactly like that. Thing about me is I want to play this with a controller, and because I'm on Android, and I think Android works exceedingly well for these style of games, I can use a program like Octopus to play with a controller, but that's not for today's video. Today's video is just about how the blind experience of this game is. First impressions. First impressions are always something. And again, I'm playing this with a Galaxy S10. Thought it would be a good idea. This is another reason I got this phone too, is to kind of play games on it. And the screen is beautiful to look at, for sure. Like it is very much a nice looking screen. OLED panel, and it's beautiful. And I think playing games on this thing really makes a lot of sense. Now you can see I am pressing the button. Now we're going to try it just attacking directly by tapping the screen. And it's working. I've turned the music or the volume down just so you can actually hear my voice. But I'm not really sure what those things do. There is tutorials available. The moment you start this game, there actually is tutorials for this on YouTube. Fans of this game have done that. All right, so as you can see here, they have made videos. So as you can see, we have what we call socketed items. Now, if you've played, see, that doesn't really give me much. We're just going to throw this one on there instead. Also, when I first started playing this, it did take me a second to realize how to actually play it. I was a bit confused, to be honest, with dragging items. Okay. So we got a bronze scepter, we have 2 bronze scepters, and we also got these gloves. Now I want to put these gloves on. I'm going to identify. So to identify, you press the I, and you just hold it down on the item, and it will identify it. If you, again, have played anything like Diablo, you know how identifying works and what it does. There's identifying scrolls in Path of Exile. That's another game I actually enjoy. But the problem with Path of Exile is it takes so damn long to update. Like every single day, there's always a new update for that game, which is kind of why I don't play it as much anymore. Because it takes forever. So we grab that, grab our money, and that's it. And then we'll attack this guy. All right, so as you can see, very simple game to play. Nothing really special about it. And if you are looking for a, free, and it's free to play, I don't know if it's how, we'll talk about the in-app purchases after, because that is a gripe that I have with this game. But I feel like if you have a game that is free and it has in-app purchases and they need to, pay their bills somewhere as developers because they make a solid game, then by all means you could do it. My whole thing is, as long as it's cosmetic stuff. This one I think blocks your progression unless you pay. So that's the gripe I have with this thus far. Now I haven't played a whole lot of it, so I don't know. It could be good, it could be bad. I'm not going to make my entire channel, by the way, all about free-to-play games on Android. I just wanted to touch on ones that I actually enjoy. Because I could definitely make an entire video all about Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and how good that game is on Android. And also my gripes with it. I could talk about that too. I could also talk about why Knights of the Old Republic is phenomenal with the touchscreen. And why you need to play it on a tablet. Or like a Note or something like that. Like a large phone. Because that game is worthwhile, absolutely. So you might be noticing something. I auto click these containers. Or I click on them, but you have the ability to auto open them. These chests. We've got a hat here. We could identify the stuff. This is all new. Compared to that, what do we have here? That helm has more defense, but it's not as good. Okay, so I got a shield. Looks like that's an ability. Got this chest here. Ooh. See, is that any better than what I have? That's 13 defense. I feel like I don't want that. I want to see. So that's socketed, right? 12 defense. If I put... Okay. So what we'll do is we have our gem. We'll go back in a second here. As you can see, it is taking me a bit of time to walk through this level because I'm just kind of exploring things. I'm the type of gamer, or the type of person who plays games and I like to explore the game. I don't like to just run through the level and be like, oh no, that's not going to work. I'm basically trying to go for all blue items right at the moment. Blue or, legendary, if you will. Ooh, remember I said? I get legendary items. Now we have way too much crap here that we don't need, like all of this stuff. Now I could easily sell this, right? And go with my day. That's my biggest problem with this, is I also am a bit of a hoarder when it comes. I've kind of been trying to kill things, but I basically just sell the items off afterwards. Now, full disclosure, I have done this level earlier because I accidentally reset it. But anyways, doesn't really matter. Scepter, okay. So we've got some items here, nothing I really want. It's all fine, fine and dandy. I kind of just stick to the item I use all the time. All right, so we've beat the level. Don't forget your loot, finish statue. We'll go to the next level. We've completed it. Now we can actually talk about the in-app purchases that I was mentioning earlier. Now, as you can see, the level cap is level 11. If I watch an ad, I can increase my level cap. Or you pay the soul points. So you can do that. I'll watch the ad and just demonstrate to you. Get ready to raid. Speaking about this, I have played Raid Shadow Legends, or at least started it. Was not a fan of it. It's not my type of game. I don't like turn-based games on Android. I know they work well. I was mentioning Civilization. Now I feel like that works. But Raid itself, for me, just doesn't. I just couldn't get into it. I'm sure it's a fun game, but it just wasn't for me. Again, I want something that's an action crawling dungeon game. All right, so as you can see, there actually is a way to get around the level cap of the issues. So you can watch ads, which makes it very much fun for me. Okay, so here's, I was talking about this earlier. This is where you sell all your items that you don't want, that are all hot garbage. So we're just going to sell. Basically things that aren't blues, we're just going to sell to him. I think that's how it works. I think I made a mistake. Hold on a second. I think I was giving him all my crap. 1 minute. I don't want your garbage. 1 minute. I'm going to go to my stash, drop things that I actually care about. Diablo has a stash. This game has a stash. It's great. It's going to auto sell things that I just don't want. Okay. I'm not sure what those crocs do. They're moldy. Okay. So we'll just put all the items that we actually want inside our stash. And we'll sell everything else. The best way to do it is that. Check. Don't see anything. All right. Let's go get some. Let's go get ourselves some money. Talk to this dude. All right. And just double check that we have anything here we don't want. Beautiful. Now we have some money. So we can go look. I'm not going to buy anything from these guys. I almost never buy anything from vendors. It's almost never worth it in a hack and slash game to buy stuff from a vendor. So anyways, now that we have that chance, we're going to go identify these items here. So we've got a Jagged Shepherd's Crook. Now this obviously needs to be upped. So we got a couple scepters. We also got this copper band. Now I've got a legendary there, but I want to use this bronze scepter. Ooh, what does that do? It's more important. Relic. Resist lightning or... Alright, so that gives me more. Okay, so I'll just put that into my stash. I'm going to identify this. If it lets me. Hold on a second. I have one socket. Cracked amber can be inserted. Now I don't want to buy any... I don't want to get any of that crap. I'm just going to identify these items here. Back to my inventory and identify. Now I could pay I could pay Mr. Homeboy here. I could pay him some money to identify this. Hold down. Shit, or maybe it is. Hold on. Oh no, it's costing me actually quite a bit of gold to identify. See if that works. Sorry. I could use the ability, but I just want to know what it does. All right. So we got this shepherd. This is a staff. This is a scepter. Been using these lately. I think I'm gonna swap actually. I'm gonna put that in my floor. No, I'm actually gonna put these two items into my stash. Just put that in there. You know what? No, we're just gonna keep using the staff. I like it. I think I like this one more. It's kind of what Diablo actually, or sorry, these style of games actually become is. You know, anyways. Oh, another complaint too. This will cramp up your hand. So we got a healer here. We're good to go. Let's just continue on. We got more stuff. So I think that should just kind of give you an idea of what type of game this is. This is not a simple, or I mean, it's not. It is an in-depth game, but you know, there's a lot to it. So yeah, you go through dungeons. To leave the dungeon, to leave the area, you just go. You go click here. It isn't working. Okay, so anyways, you would just go to the gate and you would leave. But that is it. This is Heretic Gods. It's available for free on the Google Play Store. It's not an iOS game. And frankly, I don't feel like it would fit on iOS. I mean, it would a little bit, but it's nice to have a action RPG hack and slash that I can just sit back, turn my mind off, and play. I do enjoy these style of games on here, and I feel like they do work well with a touchscreen. And the thing is, too, you can also, again, just move your character around, attack like normal, like you would any other game, just by tapping the screen. And you essentially could play this with one of those controllers, those joysticks that you can use for like PUBG and stuff. Let's try out some other abilities here. So it actually is taking up... I don't have much health here. Let's see. I don't know if that's actually taking my health or not. But anyways. Again, I love Diablo. I think Diablo is a great series. I have a lot of fun with it. This is fun. Yeah, that's really it. Don't know what else I could say. If this is your cup of tea, you should definitely pick it up. If you isn't, oh, then, you know, you don't have to. But if you did like this video, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, and leave a comment of your favorite action RPG hack and slash dungeon crawler, because I'm sure there's quite a few of you who enjoy these style of games. Again, this was recorded on a Galaxy S10, not S10 Plus, but S10 in 2019. Because it is a great phone and it is a great year. And that's pretty much it for me. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.